Hello, third graders, and welcome to the first lesson of Unit 2. It's Lesson 2-1, and we're going to be working on extended facts in addition and subtraction. But before we do that, we're going to work on a number talk. And the number talk that we're going to work on today is add them up again. So I have 198 plus 22. I want you to take some time to think about what you could do to get an answer. There's lots of different strategies that you could use. Well, when I look at this, I see 22. I look at the 2 and I look at the 8 in 198. And I know that if I take 2 and add it to 8, I get 10. So that's going to make 198 200. And if I took that 2 away from 22, now I have 20. 200 plus 20 is 220. Well, I'm going to change colors because I see another way that I could think about this. I could take the 8 from the 198 and put it over here, because I know that if I add 8, I can make another 10. So that means this would be 190, and this would then be 30. Well, but when I look at 190 plus 30, I really don't know if I can add that together in my head very well. But I know if I take a 10 away from here and put it over here, I would have 200. And that would leave me 20. And I would have 220. Okay, but I could do it the borrow and trade way, or the trade and carry way, and write it down so that my 1s are under my 1s, my 10s are under my 10s, my 100s are lined up. I add the numbers in my 1s column. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put down the 0, carry the 1. 9 plus 2 is 11. Plus the 1 that I carried is 12. Put down the 2, carry the 1. Add the numbers in my hundreds. It's 1 plus 1 is 2. 3 different ways to get the same answer. That's pretty cool. We're going to work now on some mental math. There we go. So I'm going to open up a problem. I just want you to think about what the answer is. And then I'm going to show the problem next door. And I want to see if maybe you can use the first problem to help you solve the second problem. So my first problem is 5 plus 5, and that is 10. Then I have 5 plus 6. Well, how can I use 5 plus 5 to help me figure out 5 plus 6? Well, 5 plus 5 plus 6 is 1 more, because 6 is 1 more than 5. So if this is 10, this has to be 11. Got 9 plus 1. Well, I know that 9 plus 1 is 10. Now I have 9 plus 3. Well, if 9 plus 1 is 10, 3 is 2 more than 1. So that means this answer has to be 2 more than that one. So that has to be 12. All right, here we go. 8 plus 2 is 10. How can I use that to help me figure out 8 plus 3? Well, 3 is 1 more than 2, so if this is 10, this has to be 1 more. That has to be 11. And we have 9 plus 1 again. That's 10. And now I have 9 plus 4. Well, if we think about what we did the last time, this is 10. 4 is 3 more than 1. So this answer has to be 3 more than 10. This answer is 33, not 33, Mrs. Flurry, but 13. I apologize for my sloppy writing. I'm using the mouse. One more. Set. 8 plus 2 is 10. Ooh, 8 plus 5. How can I use 8 plus 2 to figure out 8 plus 5? Well, I know this is 10. 5 is 3 more than 2. So 8 plus 5 has to be 3 more than 10. So that's going to be 13. Then I have 7 plus 3, which is 10. Excuse me, 7 plus 8. Well, if this is 10, again, working on our 10s, and I know that the difference between 3 and 8 is 5, so 8 is 5 more. So 7 plus 8 has to be 5 more than 10. It's going to be 15. So we are going to work on some problems, and then we're going to work on some fact extensions. So what I mean by that is, first of all, let's look at the problems on the left-hand side. 9 minus 7, 2. If I have 90 and I take away 70, I'm going to have 20. If I have 900 and I take away 700, I have 200. So how are these problems related? Well, they all have a 2. Okay, some of them have zeros, some of them don't. Let's look at it this way. Now we have the equal sign first. So then we solve the problem behind it. 7 plus 9, 16. 70 plus 90, 160. 700 plus 900 is 1,600 or 1,600. It's the same thing. So what I like to tell my boys and girls when we're working on some of these bigger problems, and I'll repeat myself in a little bit, I always focus on the basic fact first. And if you notice, on all of these, the basic fact is 9 minus 7. And over here, the basic fact on all of these problems is 7 plus 9. So knowing your basic facts can easily help you solve bigger problems. One way to think of 90 is 9 tens. Or you could write it like this: 9, 10 with an S behind it for tens in a bracket. You can think of 700 as 7 hundreds. And this is another way you can write it: 7 bracket hundreds bracket. We're going to be using that style. So if I have 9 ones and I take away 7 ones, I have 2 ones left. If I have 9 tens and I take away 7 tens, I have 2 tens left. If I have 9 hundreds and I take away 7 hundreds, I have 2 hundreds left. And over here, now our equal sign is first, so we're going to do the problem behind it. If I have 7 ones and I'm adding 9 ones, I have 16 ones. If I have 7 tens and I add 9 tens, I have 16 tens. If I have 7 hundreds and I'm adding 9 hundreds, I have 16 hundreds. How does knowing addition and subtraction facts help you add and subtract multiples of 10 and 100? And when I say multiples of 10 and 100, I mean 10, 20, 30, 40. I mean 100, 200, 300, whoops, 400. I mean 320, 330, 340, 350. So if I know my addition and subtraction facts, they can help me solve big problems like these. And here's how. So if I have 12 minus 5, I think about my basic fact. 12 minus 5, it's 7. If I go ahead and underline just the basic fact here, it's the same thing. So 12 minus 5 is 7, but I have 1 0 behind the hundreds and 1 0 behind the tens. Then I have to have 1 0 in my answer. Again, the basic fact, 12 minus 5 is 7. How many zeros? 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. It's pretty easy if I know my basic facts. 7 plus 8 is 15. So I'm going to think 7 plus 8, that's 15. Here's a 0, here's a 0, add a 0, 150. Here's 7 plus 8, what is it? 15. Here's 2 zeros, here's 2 zeros, here's 2 zeros. So my answer, 700 plus 800, is 1500. Or if I put the comma in where it belongs, I can also say 1500. This is a different way to use our basic facts to help us solve bigger problems. Here's our basic fact, 7 plus 8. Not 7 plus 8, Mrs. Fleury. 6 plus 8, and it's going to be 14. Okay, now, when I look at this problem, 26 plus 8 equals 34. How did I get that? Well, when I look here, when I look here, 26 is 20 more than 6. So that means my answer has to be 20 more than 14. Well, 34 minus 20 is 14, so that will work. Let's go to this one. Now, the difference between 26 and 46 is 20. So I'm going to add 20 to that problem and get 54. So 6 plus 8 is 14. 26 plus 8 equals 34. 46 plus 8 equals 54. Let's try it this way where we have the equal sign first. 13 minus 5, well, it's 8. Now I have 43 minus 5. When I look here, the difference between 13 and 43, if I count up, is 23, 33, 43, so that's 30 difference. So I have to add 30 to the 8. So my answer is going to be 38. 43 minus 5 is 38. Okay, I'm trying to move this. My computer's not working very handy tonight. Here we go. Try it again. Go to here. 43 to 73. 43, 53, 63, 73. That's another 30. I add 30 to 38 and I get 68. So 73 minus 5 is 68. One more time. 11 minus 6 is 5. That's 10 more. So that means if this is 10 more, darn it, here we go. That's 10. Add 10 to the 5. It's going to be 15. And the difference between 21 and 51 is 30. Add 30, it's going to be 45. So for some practice, Math Journal 32 and Math Journal 33.